Hello there guys. Today I have a quick painting and terrain video for you. There's no model kit building in this video because the model I'm painting is 3D printed and it was very kindly supplied to me for free by Void Armory Mini on Etsy. And you can see here from their Etsy page they've got a range of products that's sort of in the fantasy kind of realm here, sort of Warhammer 40,000, Command and Conquer, Battletech, that kind of universe. And the model that I'm going to be painting is this H-7 Hunter light attack helicopter. This is how the model arrived to me, obviously in a bigger box, but I cut it open, with all the key components there strapped down with cable ties to the padded cardboard. And then in that bag there on the left hand side, if we open it up, I just poured it out into a bigger bag. We have got a range of the smaller detail parts. So everything arrived with no damage, which is great to see. You can also see, if I flip the main body of the helicopter over, that there is no cleanup required here. All of those support scars and marks that you can sometimes get on 3D printing are absent here. So that small bag contained a range of parts, some of which are optional. We have the nose gun here. And then for these two slots on the underside we have the option of either having a wheels down setup like so, or alternatively this stack of 3 bombs or missiles can go there instead. There were a couple of missed 3D printing supports that needed removing from the tail rotor, and then it was a case of whacking a coat of light grey primer over the entire model, and of course deciding what optional parts I wanted. I wanted to go for a desert scheme for this, so I went for a base coat of RAF Middle Stone, the World War II colour from AK Real Colours. And that's actually applied over a small amount of black pre-shading. I wanted a disruptive colour and I thought I could use something like Red Earth here, but I thought something slightly more standout might be nice, so I went for this World War II colour light purple brown. Not a widely used World War II colour, so I've got plenty of this paint to spare. This is what I came up with in terms of the camo scheme. And then it was relatively easy to mask off the cockpit and paint what would be the glass in a black colour. Vallejo metal colours were used on the nose guns, and a few of the details around the aircraft. The helicopter was given a coat of VMS matte varnish. I did a small amount of weathering with some Abteilung 502 sepia oil paint, thinned slightly less than normal, and I put this in all the quite deep recesses on the model. As you can see, that does quite a good job of bringing out those details, and of course, as always, any excess can be cleaned up with a little bit of thinner. Once those oil paints had dried, I then took some light tan sandy coloured paint, this is Vallejo model colour, and dry brushed it over any raised details. And again, that just helps highlight those details. With the painting done, it was time to make a small base. We do get this really handy stand that comes with the helicopter, so there's no need to drill any holes and use acrylic rods or anything like that. And given that 3D printed resin can be quite heavy, that's a really helpful feature. I took a couple of pieces of slate that I had laying around for this exact purpose, with an extra small piece in the corner just to give some height over the terrain, and then I used this AK light earth acrylic paste both as a texture and as a bonding agent to bond the stand and the spare piece of slate to the original piece of slate. While that was still wet, I used this rocky desert from Diodump. I've had this for years and I've used it quite a few times, but it never seems to go down that much. And I scattered it over the wet acrylic paste. Here I'd recommend two things. First, shaking off the excess onto a paper towel so you can recover it and use it again. And secondly, for any big stones that you can see there, just give them a little bit of a push down into the acrylic paste. Otherwise you will find them coming out later when you paint. I gave the entire base a red-brown base coat, and to be honest with you, I forget exactly what colour mix I used. However, once that was dry, I then gave it a very thick coat of VMS matte varnish in an attempt to better bond all of that material onto the base. As you can see, a few of the smaller pieces of grit have come up, and we can see through to the original colour of the acrylic paste now. But we can address that. I wanted to keep the base simple, so the next step was to pick out a few of the rocks and stones in a different colour. These paints are Vallejo model colour. And then to dry brush the entire base to try and catch some of that detail, while at the same time trying not to dislodge any of that grit. This is a really delicate process, but I do think it's worth it because it really brings out those small details for relatively little effort. And with that done, my simple scene is complete. So there we go guys, that was my painting of the H-1 helicopter from Void Armory. I would like to say a huge thank you to Void Armory for sending this to me, and an apology for it taking so long for me to get it finished. I hope you enjoyed this video. There's a link to Void Armory's Etsy store in the description below. And I'd like to say thank you to all of you for watching, and special thanks to my YouTube members and Patreon supporters for their support. I really do appreciate it. I will have another model kit video in the near future, and until then, thank you again for watching and have fun modelling.